What is up, everyone? It is the Mister. How y'all doing today? Hopefully you are doing well. So those of you that have been following me for a little bit kind of know that I tend to play more of an open world kind of games, at least on stream. But there are those of you that know me through TeamSpeak and know that I play a fair amount of farm sim, whether it be streaming with others or just, kind of messing around in the open server. This week I'm not going to be playing in the open server. There's a fair amount of people in there and it wouldn't be very entertaining. So what I was actually going to do is go ahead and start my own little game here. I do have a saved one that's kind of like my personal one, but that one is start from scratch. And those of you that don't know the difficulties in the game, let me just get this new file started here. There's New Farmer. New Farmer. Hey there, bud. Thank you very much for that host, man. It is appreciated. That's awesome. Welcome in. Welcome in. So those of you that have not played it, New Farmer is kind of they're giving you some land to start off with. You got some equipment. It's kind of like the basic. If you've never really played the game, that's really where you want to start. Okay. Farm Manager. You don't have any of the equipment or the land or anything. You're just given a decent amount of money, so you have to purchase your land, your equipment, and everything else. So this is kind of like your easy. This is your medium and hard. I believe in this one you actually start with $1 million, or yeah, I think you start with $1 million, but you can go up to $2 million with taking out a loan. And then start from scratch. You actually start with 500,000 and you can take a loan up to another 500,000. So that is what my single player game, and on the server that I play, that is currently what the difficulty is. So it's a very slow progression. So on a server it's not that bad because you have multiple people. For the sake of me doing it just on my own, since there wasn't a whole lot to do in that server right now, I am kind of gonna go ahead and start a new farm. That way we have some equipment, some things that need to be done. But I am gonna do it a little bit different. Oh, you know what? I was gonna change maps. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll stick to this one for now. Maybe I'll start another one that will kind of flip-flop back and forth between Ravenport and Ravenport is actually a American map. The other one is a European map. So we'll start here, and then, like I said, maybe we'll kind of flip-flop back and forth. While that is loading up, I definitely wanted to remind everyone that today is the last scheduled stream of the month. No, we don't need the guided tour. And what we've started doing, this is the actual first month of giveaways. We're going to start doing a monthly giveaway, and this is actually our very first one, guys. The first one. The way you get entered into those giveaways is just by being here in chat. You will accrue points. You can check those points by hitting exclamation point bolts. And Heather, welcome on in. Welcome. Exclamation bolts. And the entries will cost 100 bolts, but you get those by just spending time in chat. By being a sub or a follower, you'll kind of get bonuses to that. I've never actually explored down here. By gifting subs, you also get bonuses, and over time you just accrue those points. And what I do is every month those points accrue, and then we do the giveaway at the end of the month, and then the next month all the points are completely wiped clear. So everyone has the same amount of same opportunity, so it doesn't kind of roll over each month. So it kind of rewards people that are here consistently. They have a higher chance of winning, but everyone has a chance. So that's happening sometime during the stream. So make sure you stay tuned and are available, and good luck to everyone. Wow, did my voice just crack there, guys? Really? Hold on a second. We need to fix that. There we go. Nothing a little Coca-Cola. I guess talking's just going to be an issue today, guys. Okay, so it looks like this is actually the bottom of the map. This is kind of the general area. So we do own all these fields. So let's figure out what state they are in. That's not too bad. Those are both cultivated. Okay, so we have one to harvest. You know what? We'll go ahead and just kind of do the harvest, and then we'll get everything plowed or planted as we go. So, jump in this bad boy here. So those of you who have never actually played this game, it is exactly what it states. It is a simulating game. You can kind of play it however you want. Oh, it's not even attached. Jesus. Okay. You can kind of play it however you want, to the aspect of you're going to plant crops, you're going to harvest them. There is other stuff in the game, as far as you can do logging, or you can do more stuff involving animals, which you in turn need. And Bondo, sir, welcome in. How are you doing today? I heard you had a little stream going this morning. How did it go? Oh, you're full of it, Dom. You're full of it. I know you've played this game before. But it is strictly it's a farming game. But people play it different ways. I am a big proponent of it. They don't have a whole lot of it yet. But they do have mods for the game. This isn't just, it's only been out a week and a half, so there's really not a lot of mods, and I currently don't have any. And Bondo, sir, thank you very much for that bits. Oh, so you missed, so you were you not streaming for a while there, Bondo? Because I know I had seen you pop in and out of people's streams, but I just figured you were busy. Because I know during the summer you were streaming a lot. I just figured that was kind of your regular schedule. Dom, we all know you're corrupt, Dom. We know it. There's been 8 movies, and we know it. The last one proved it. So I tend to play the game where whatever you harvest, I like to use it for stuff. They've had previous mods in 17 where you would actually use the products to make other stuff. I guess they were called factories. I didn't have any, but it was definitely something I wanted to do. And right around the time I was looking to start doing that, they announced that 19 was coming out. So I figured, well, maybe they'll kind of incorporate some of that. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like it. But they do have a completely different system in 19, which I will go over here in a minute. Let's see. You were mostly on Hades because of... Oh, yeah. You know, that's kind of the story of my life right now. I've been... right now, where I work at... For those of you that don't know, I actually work at a waste plant. It is for a chicken... I'm not going to say the name, but you guys can pretty much guess. I work for at the waste plant of a chicken processing plant. So we basically treat all the water so it's safe to discharge to the stream. And typically, the way our schedules go, we work 3 12s and then a 6-hour shift. This 6 hours is like a half day, which I always find really funny because my half shift is like a lot of people's full day. But, I mean, anyways. But typically we work with, we have 2 people per shift. During the day we have more because that's when our, supervisor's there, because you're going to have all the supervisors from the main plant coming over and, different people calling. So that's why they're typically there. So right now, the guy that I typically work with, he is actually out for medical reasons. I mean, it sucks, but it happens. You know, like it's a life. Life happens whether you want it to or not. So since he is out, I have actually been working on my own. And with where I work, if you have two people, there's not a, I mean, you're busy, but it's not like busy continuously. When you were working by yourself, you were busy from the time you start to the time you end. The other half of it is if something breaks and you're on your own, you're not just keeping up. You are behind. You're going to miss checks. You basically do the best you can to get everything done, but you know you're going to miss something. So that's kind of the situation that I'm in. On top of that, we actually had a new piece of machinery come in. It's called a tri-canner. You can kind of look them up. I don't know if they're under that name. But what it was originally used for is like for making wine. You have all the grapes that get crushed up and you have all that pulp and everything. This unit was initially made, all that stuff goes in there and it basically spins. Our unit spins at about 3,200 RPM, but it's different for, I'm assuming it would be a different speed when you're making wine. So we have one of these units, and what we actually use it for is all of the our waste that comes in is pretty consistent since it's dealing with a chicken processing plant. There's going to be a lot of oils in that water that comes to us. So basically what we do, part of the cleaning process, they go through these units that we inject polymers, which cause all the solids to cling together, and then they float. We have a thing that scrapes them off into a big bin, and then that bin is fed into this tri-canner. And what it does is through that speed, it actually is spinning so fast that in combination of heat, it actually pulls the oils out of that sludge. And then we sell that oil to the company is actually Darling Oil, but they basically do further treatment and they turn it into things like biogas or biodiesel, I guess is the more correct term. What is with this? Oh, okay, this is kind of what I've been hearing that there's issues with some of these harvesters. The header is actually like getting stuck in the ground. So I periodically I'm going forward and it's just sticking. Alright, we seem to be doing fine now. So through that unit that's spinning the oil out, we are one of the few waste plants that will typically gain money. Like it literally costs the main plant money when that unit is down. Now, to be fair, that unit cost a whole lot. I guess the reason I'm rambling on about what it is, we just got a new one that was installed the week of Thanksgiving. That Tuesday was the first day it started up, and we had actually they took the old one out and they were putting this new one in. I took somewhere in the neighborhood of about a month. So between working on that, doing the regular stuff at the plant, learning this new machine because every machine is slightly different, the days are just my days have just been completely full. And then I do stream on Sunday and Mondays as well as today. But with all that, like I've literally done my streams for the most part and then pretty much just gone to bed after that. Like it's been long days. So because of that, I've actually been slacking a little bit on getting my videos uploaded onto YouTube. So that is going to change as soon as stream is done today, I will be getting, some of the backlog videos that I have at least updated. So, oh, excuse me. So if you do enjoy what you've been seeing here, uh, please go to my YouTube channel and check that out. You can get to that by hitting exclamation YT in the chat. Or if you scroll down to the About Me section, I do have a link for that as well. It does have, and the reason I'm having you do that is it is a mess of a link to try and describe. They don't really give you a URL that is manageable until you've hit 100 subs. And I'm getting there. I think we're sitting at about 20-ish. So please head over there to that channel. Throw me a sub if you feel so inclined. But other than that, hang out. I love having you guys here. Okay, I think that is the only field that we could harvest, correct? Yeah, okay. So that one is cultivated, so we need to cultivate these two. I really need... Okay, they already do kind of have a parking area, so let's kind of keep this a little bit organized down here. Okay. So we need... What do we have for a tractor? Yeah, it's not horrible. Yeah, like a submarine sandwich, right? And those of you that I do have a bot in my channel there that I've kind of been keeping in there, just because it does kind of repeat what people say, and sometimes it's pretty funny. But if at any time it does annoy you guys, you can simply just type exclamation ignore me into the chat, and it will not repeat or change any of your messages. I do like to tell you guys that, just because it has gotten a couple people and upset them. So if you feel free, or if you feel so, that is how you will disable it. I really don't like driving a cab like that. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I've actually been putting a decent amount of time into the open server for John from Puma Plow. But like I was saying at the beginning, there's just so much going on, and this is kind of when it tends to pick up in there, that I didn't want to do the standing around, especially while you guys are here to see what the game was all about. Well, okay. Here's the thing, Dom. Yes, I know you can ban the bot, but if you ban the bot can never come back. If people just type exclamation ignore me, it will no longer change what they say. So that way it doesn't annoy them. And if it gets to the point where it is posting too much, I can change that, or I can disable it. But I have had several occasions where it has changed things, and it's actually been pretty funny. I actually found out about it through a podcast that I listened to. It's through True Gaming, but I think the podcast is actually called Stream Key, and I am a newer streamer, so I kind of with working the 12 hours, there are a lot of things that I listen to that like when you have 12 hours of shift, half of it I basically listen to different radio stations, but then I listen to those podcasts, and over time you get ideas from that, and maybe it helps me identify things that I really need to work on. So that's kind of why I do it. But on there, they actually that's where I found out about that bot. And then, you know, you have those other typical ones that just don't really do a whole lot. But that one I thought kind of added a comedic element to be in there. It had a purpose, and if it didn't go over well, you know, I could always remove it. Well, yeah, you can time, you know, but not everyone can do that, Dom. I'm not just gonna hand admin rights to or mod rights out to everyone. I mean, I think I have two. I think I just have two, like you and Heather. So feel privileged. You know what? I could always remove that ability from you, Dom. That way you have to hit exclamation ignore me. Um, but no, I mean I've been having a lot of fun with this. Oh yeah, I guess the thing that I was gonna go over that is kind of new is okay. This is a map of the entire area, right? In the 17 version, you actually had the fields, and you'd click on the field to purchase the field. As you can see, there's a lot of open area. So in the other versions, you'd be able to go, you'd cut those trees down, you could log them, you could go around and cut the grass. In this, in 19, they've actually changed that. You actually have to go into lands here, and you see how like this area is lit up. These are all areas that I own. So you have to physically click on the different areas, and you buy the plots to be able to do the stuff on. So like this field, you'd have to buy that field, and that kind of goes all over the place. And then for like in the homestead here, I really need to change that in my options. Like all these buildings here, this shed, normally that wouldn't be there. You have to physically place that down. There are like some of these buildings I think are here because of the natural setting, but like you actually get like a farmhouse where it's if it's night, you can just sleep and that will change it to the day. So Heather, why do you always start with that question? $1 million question. What's for dinner? You know, I don't know. I normally I try to run a longer stream, but yes, because you are not feeling well, I probably will be running a shorter stream. But yeah, that I guess that's what I was getting at here was you buy the plots of land. So and then you actually can buy like the oh I need to change the map. You actually can buy the little sections here. It appears that you can still use these areas. Like this one is actually got a space on it, but the biogas one, I think you can still do all that stuff except for maybe the like the digestate and stuff if you have if you've gotten that far. But like you can purchase the lime even without owning it. But then you'd actually place in this one you actually place down like your animal pens. You can see I don't have any. That is actually in the store. So let's see, it would be placeables here. So you go into your animal pens and you have to physically purchase the pen and then you place it down in your area. Oh, in single player, none of that stuff matters, Urbando? Okay. I kind of, yeah, well, I guess even in multiplayer, it's not a huge thing unless you're playing it in like a competitive uh, mode. But you actually purchase the pens and then you have to purchase the animals. And if I remember correctly, in the first one, like the chicken coop and stuff, you didn't have to buy feed, but I was going through the store the other day and there's like a wheat bag feed. Like I guess you physically have to feed the chickens now. Before they used to just kind of keep producing eggs and you never had to do anything with them. Now it looks like you physically have to do something with it or with them. But so once you've purchased that land, it's kind of up to you what you do with it. So I can, if you really want to dedicate a area to, let's say, horses, you can purchase the land and then you can plant like the oats and stuff in those fields that are right there. So you don't have to go all over the map. And in the other ones, it was like wherever they were placed, that was it. You had to use a field next to it, and it may not have necessarily been the biggest field. I think one of them was like right next to the cows. You would normally chaff like corn or whatever to get the feed for them and everything, and the field next to it was like tiny. You would go through that much feed like quick, depending on how many cows. So you had to a lot of times transport it from a different area. Ooh, that's good to know. Well, that wouldn't work in the multiplayer. The other big thing that they did in this game that I absolutely love is they made crop destruction. If you plant your field and they get over a certain length, and you drive over the field, well, you're gonna destroy crop. They added that into 19. That was not something that was in part of 17. I think they had like some mods that kind of gave you an idea. But now the thing that I'm very curious about how it's going to work is one of the mods that I loved from the previous version was courseplay. Now, there was a small problem with courseplay. If you had courseplay set to empty, let's say your harvester, basically they drive out on the field with a trailer under the pipe and you'd load into it, they would just cut across the field. Well, now if they do that with crop destruction, they're just going to destroy a bunch of your crops. So when they make it, they're either going to have to figure out a way around that, or I don't even think turning the crops off or the crop destruction off, is that even a thing? I don't think it is. Let's see, dirt, stop. That I need to change. Yeah, so I mean it's not even a thing. So they're going to have to, when they make that mod, if they make that mod, they're going to have to kind of take that into play. Oh, it is in here? Did I? Okay, so either they're gonna have to find a way around, programming it, or if you're gonna use courseplay, you're just gonna have to turn it off. Color. Sean Sinclair, sir, how are you doing today? Welcome in, sir. It's been a while. I didn't really get to speak to you a whole lot this past week. It's been since what, Saturday? It's nice having y'all here. So okay. Well, I'm not gonna look for it. I'm gonna take your word for it. It's in there somewhere, Bondo. But I prefer to play with it on, so that's kind of what I'm going to do. So it may be one of those, if they do have course play, and that's not a factor, I may just have it set up that I have to go to the edge of the field to empty. And then the truck will run from there. That way it's never an issue. But hopefully, if that is a thing, or if they do that mod again, they just figure out a way of not having to drive through the crop. Maybe it'll only drive on certain textures or something, you know. But what I'll probably do here, seeing how I do have a fair amount of money and property, I'll probably see what I can take out and probably upgrade some of this stuff that is a little bit smaller. But I guess I got to kind of figure out what I'm going to plant. Let's do that. I mean, I know I'm kind of getting ahead of the game here, but there is... Okay. Pricing-wise... Oh, we actually... It looks like we have crop already, too, from it being beginning. It does kind of look like grain is going up right now. So maybe we'll... You know, maybe we'll do some grain and maybe get some baling equipment or at least a loading trailer. That way we can pick up the straw from it. Yeah, see, it's been such a while since I've actually started an easy. Like even my other, I guess 17. I think you always started with some crop, but I never played like actual hard mode. So I think even then you started with some crop, even in medium. In this version, I have like, this is the only game that I have other than playing on the multiplayer server and my other single player, which are both in hard. So I guess I don't really have a basis to go off of as of yet. And I may even be able to maybe sell one of these tractors, because for the most part I'm only going to use one or two, especially at the start. But I kind of do want your guys' input. Where do you kind of want to see the focus? Do you want to see more of the stuff on like livestock? Because I heard something interesting about this past week about like the horses. I guess they have the horses in here. You got to, you know, put the stables and everything up, but you physically have to like train them. It's like an hour of in-game day for like 10 days to get like the full price to when you sell them. But then I've also seen like you can ride them, the horses and stuff too, so it's kind of a cool aspect that I might kind of see. Yeah, the more you ride the horses. Oh, so the riding the horse is like is the actual training of the horse, or is there separate training stuff as well? Gotcha. Okay. I thought more of the training was you basically walked up to them and it would, you know, a button that said, "Would you like to train?" You know, something to that effect. It would simulate you trying to train them while they were in the corral. But I think exploring into that stuff would be kind of fun. Oh, it's a fitness bar. Okay. Well, that actually sounds pretty cool. The higher the bar, the higher the value. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, because if they're more physically fit, they're going to jump higher. They're going to, you know, have a higher speed. So I might kind of head in that area just to kind of, you know, see what it is, how sustainable, I guess. Because I know you have certain things that you have to do. You got to have like oats and I think hay, if I remember correctly. I'm just kind of remembering this off of the little bit we've looked on the multiplayer server. So, um, but yeah, it's been a blast playing it so far. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I probably this morning on the open server, I typically get to sleep in on Thursday, but since Heather has not been feeling the best, I got up with the kids this morning, got them off to school, and then I jumped in the multiplayer server, and it being that early, no one else was there, so I jumped in the server about 7:30 and started looking at what there was there. All the fields had just gotten harvested and everything else, so it took a fair amount of time. We got decent sized fields on that one. If I'll show you the map here. On that one, we actually owns. There's two different farms set up on there. In a multiplayer, you can set up two farms. That's kind of the co-op competitive side. John's farm actually owns fields 14, 15, 16, and 17. So they're all plowed together. And then I guess they just purchased 6. So between all these fields, they had both just been harvested, and I think someone had put lime down, which I'm being told is kind of like a field conditioner. It acts as like a fertilizer state. So I got in there, on my own and started cultivating and planting and fertilizing all them fields. It took me from about 7:30 till about 11 when someone else came in, and I was just finishing up that part. I had to wait until the crop grew a little bit before I could start weeding it, because it's really kind of cool how they have it set up. You got your fertilizing. You can only fertilize once per state. It neutralizes the pH level of the field. Okay, so I'm not a farmer. I guess I really don't does the crop change the pH level of a field when it's like I understand it pulls the nutrients from the ground, right? So I'm guessing that probably changes the pH of the soil as well. So then you're putting the lime down to kind of bring it back to a neutral ground where it's got all the components that it needs. Or is it the pH gets so high that you have to bring it back down? I don't like I said that I have heard people talk about liming fields, but since I'm not in that kind of area, like we have farms around us, but we don't talk with any of our farmers. I definitely don't have the time, and it's not like there's a big farm near us. We have all these fields, and you periodically will see the equipment out in the fields. Okay, the fertilizer raises the pH of the soil so the crop can grow, but the lime brings it to an... Okay, so I guess it's a matter of if you kept putting fertilizer, you would be helping the plants grow because of the nutrients in it. But if the pH gets too high, your plant's just not going to grow because it's so high. Because as they have it in here, I guess you only need to lime every 3 rotations. Basically what the plowing was before. And now you only have to plow either after you've put corn down and harvested it, or if you switch crops, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I've heard of it, but never. There, there's so much about the farming that I don't understand. And here's the bad thing. I live around farms. They're everywhere. But I started playing this game. God, let's see. I guess I've been playing this game for about 2 years. I mean, farm sim games. Obviously not this one, but and I was even talking with Heather about it maybe a month ago. Since I've started playing this game, I noticed the farm equipment outside of the game. I mean, you've obviously seen a tractor, know what a tractor looks like, but the actual like combines in here, like the case combines, we see them all the time around here. The auger wagons, we see those. We've seen tractors out in the field, baling grass, and then even wrapping them. But it was almost like a surreal thing seeing the stuff in the game. It's like, oh, okay, I understand what it is, but then when you see it, it's like, oh, I know what that does, but I had no idea that it was that big. Excuse me. Oh, let's see here. Okay, and then that last one, is that already... Okay, so we're already cultivated. So now, let's see what equipment I have, because I don't think I have anything to fertilize yet. I need garage. And maybe we'll start there. Maybe we'll start with... Okay, we have a farmhouse, so sweet, we could make sure that it's daytime all the time. Farm shack, decorative. Okay, and all this stuff, guys, is some stuff that you normally have to buy, but since I started on easy, we have all of it. Okay, yeah, so we don't have that, so that's definitely... We've got the money. We have the means, so let's go ahead and... Wait, is that a thing? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So, just so you guys know, at least on this cultivator, if you try and fold up the cultivator when it's down, like watch this. Unfold it, right? And this is in the down position, right? This is when you'd be cultivating. In other versions, if you just folded it up, it would physically fold it up and lift it. Well, it stays on the ground. You can see that it's still spinning. But then if you try to raise it, it tells you have to unfold it. So keep an eye out for that, I guess. It's a thing. Yeah, let's go park this and then we'll figure out what we're going to get for fertilizing. I'm a big fan of the pellet fertilizer. You don't seem to go through as much, but that is a personal preference. Need any help? Well, currently, Dom, I am in just a single player mode, so I would say no as of right now, and I'm going the complete wrong way. Sorry, guys. I'm not used to being in this area of the map, so let's get over to the store. But no, what I'm probably going to do this time, Dom, is just kind of do a little putts and run on a single player. And then, maybe I'll open it up later where I start, inviting people in. But at least kind of for the first couple of streams of the game, because I did stream Farm Sim 17 a little bit, but I don't know. It was literally when I first was starting to stream. Like I was nervous, I was a wreck. I didn't know what to talk to. I still don't know what to talk about, so that part hasn't changed. But since then I've gotten more comfortable with streaming. I'm not so much worried about I think the big thing that I was doing before is I was trying to focus so much on chat and less on the game. And then I kind of went through a phase where I was playing some games that you had to focus so much on the game. And this is kind of a game that I can kind of do a little bit of both. So, as to start with, I'm see what I can do on my own, but it will be something that I kind of open the doors up to once. Like right now, there's not a whole lot of equipment, so there's wouldn't be a whole lot people can do anyways. Okay, so we do have these fields. They're not particularly big, so we don't have to get any cedar that's like extravagant. But let's see. We need. Hold on. Something else I need to check because I don't remember seeing it. Do we even have? Oh my god. No. No. Okay, so we need a cedar and a fertilizer. Fertilizer technology. Okay, so we could probably get away with this one. Yeah, I think that's all we really need is just. No, there we go. Yeah, that's all we need right now. We don't have big fields, so that will work. So let's purchase that. It doesn't look like there's any customizables, so we'll buy that. And then going into our garage, normally I would just pull this up here, but okay, we need to sell it. And then now we can go back into planters. That last one was only a 3 meter, so we need to, at the very least, would like a 6. That's not too bad. That's corn, sunflower, bean. Okay, that doesn't plant everything we need, though. What is that one? That's an additional tank. That, God, where's this other one? Is there another? There's got to be another one because I'm not finding cedars. There it is. So there's planters and there's cedars. This is the one. Okay, that one, I really like this one, but that's obviously going to be a little much for what we're doing. So how much is that? That one's a 3. That's a 3. 76 for a 6. Okay, and then planters. Okay, that's how they did it. They have seeders and they have planters. This planters are for like your corn, your soybean, sunflowers, and then your seeders are actually like your wheat and okay. Okay. We got this. So we'll go ahead and get this one. What do we need for horsepower? 132, 180. Just to make sure we have something that'll run it. Might be a little low, but I think it'll still handle it. So let's go back. We need to buy it. And it looks like we actually have 3 tractors, so I could sell one of those as well if we do need funds. Dom, what's wrong with my... I don't know. It does this. Like, at the beginning of the stream... At the beginning of the stream, my green screen looks fine. And then about an hour in, it just goes fuzzy. I have a feeling it had something to do with the settings. I don't know. So then I end up having to come in here, go into my editor... And I don't even do anything. I just go into the webcam and like undo a check mark and then it fixes it. Okay. Now that should be better, at least for the next 5 minutes. Okay. I was gonna find this one. Did I already purchase it? Oh, okay. That's right. I was checking to make sure my tractor would handle it. So, seeders... And then buy it. Yes. See if it'll even hook up this way. Because yes, typically you would not do this, but if it works, I mean, you know, farm sim logic. Oh, the crate. No, I need fertilizer pallets too. And welcome in. Thank you very much for that follow. It's appreciated. Okay. No, we needed some fert and some seed. Probably more seed than fert. 1, 2, 3. And then we need solid fertilizer. That's a little more pricey. Okay. So this should actually get us going for a little while. Oh wow, I think I hit the nail right on the head with the amount of fertilizer, guys. And I'm real curious just to see if this would even work. I I mean, it wouldn't normally, but I am real curious to see if it'll fertilize and seed. So, oh, all right. So we are down this way now. I always want to head up that way because that's in the multiplacer. That's where we're actually at. Is up there. So, oh God, I will this work, guys? Can I fertilize and seed with the fertilizer going forward? Oh, oh, oh! Just about missed my turn. And go. Oh, I might actually have to turn the help menu on for this just to make sure I've got the right thing selected. Oh, okay, there's a picture up there. Come on. Oh, it did work in 13. Okay, yeah. Well, the other thing I'm wondering is, like, right now the planter is actually the required, what is it, kilowatts or whatever. It's not. My tractor technically doesn't have enough, but it's close enough that it'll probably operate just a little bit slower. But having both of those, I don't know. I don't know if they've looked at it far enough where it's a commutative amount. Like in 17, as long as you met the requirements and it would operate, it would work. Um, the fertilizer in the front of the tractor worked in 13, but you could not hire fertilizer in 13. Well, let's give it a whirl. See if this works. I mean, it's gonna be messed up if it works, especially since, maybe I should check the working widths to see what the difference is. So this actually spits at 20. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna still do it just to see if it works, but we're gonna go through a lot of product doing it that way. So maybe I'll just get a couple passes in and then do the fertilizer doing one pass through. So okay, so need that on. Okay, that part at least seems to be working. Okay, let's double check this so I can. I'm gonna math this, guys. I'm gonna math it. I know 6 and 24. So basically I guess it's every third pass I'll have to throw fertilizer down. Because I'm not going to be able to do an odd or an even amount of rows. I mean, it's planting, so I'm almost going to be able to just do one pass with this fertilizer and get almost the entire field. Well, see, here's the thing there, Dom. I don't even know what that's in reference to. Like I am legitimately lost at that comment. It's not a matter of funny. It is I'm confused. I am legitimately confused. Okay, I guess this is row number 3. So let's give this a whirl. Your kids used your account one night to talk to Heather. Oh, like it was on a stream. Okay. Okay. So, oh my god, guys, it works. So it does actually look like I would have to do it every 2 rows, but my god. Oh my god. I can't believe this actually works. Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely interesting. Now the thing that it will kind of throw off is the texture. So I guess I wouldn't really know if I had fertilized it, but that's actually awesome in a single player game being able to do both of those. And there's a little hump there. That's why I'm getting caught on that. And hey, Deadpool, welcome in, sir. How are you? I've got to stop doing that. I don't know why I have the tendency of calling everyone sir. I mean, you may be a sir, but I shouldn't assume. Uh, Thunder, what mode? I'm actually, this is on an easy mode, just because I kind of really want to get to, like, the animal. I have a single player game that is on hard, but for streaming wise, doing just like a single player mode right now, I think the progression would be way too slow. So I do have it on easy on here, but I have another save game that I am planning on actually doing videos for YouTube on that is on hard, and I also play on a multiplayer server that is on hard. So, but just to kind of get the progression moving, especially since I am technically like a week behind. There's been people that have been streaming this game for a week and a half since it came out, so just to kind of get get up to the same kind of whereabouts or areas. Okay, now. Oh, the other thing that I like in this game that I didn't, I constantly have to remember is you can actually drive with the menu open. So you can see I'm still going. Yes, it's the Puma Plow server. Yes. So this is actually going to save so much time. And then when I that's given me a dual state already. Oh, okay, I know why. I basically need to start when I do this, I need to do it a different way. Because my fertilizer is going to put, or my pellet shooter is going to fertilize it. Then when I plant, that's going to fertilize it. So we should actually be starting somewhere in the neighborhood of right here. And I'm actually up too high again. I guess I should really just start using the fan of the fertilizer to figure it out. Back up. Okay. Drive! Wasting pellets. Wait, do I have it? Do I have a 3? Which one is it here? Plant growth. I don't have plowing on. Ah. I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, I mean, a lot of cool stuff going on with this one. But I do want to get to the animals. Especially, like, I guess they had, in 17, they had the horse, like the agriculture DLC. And I guess if you went to like the conference or something, you got like the actual horse DLC thing. But if you didn't go, you didn't actually get the horse. So I'm wondering if they just incorporated that into this version. Like if it's the same way or if they added extra stuff. And Deadpool 125 with the Twitch Prime sub, awesome man, awesome. I really do appreciate it, especially like your Twitch subs. Every month you can give it to someone. So I'm not saying you have to give it to me, but that one is appreciated. But I would encourage anyone that does have a Twitch Prime sub to use it on someone. What I would suggest is if there's a channel you're kind of thinking you're like on the fence of kind of subbing, just throw them your Twitch Prime, and that way you kind of stick around a little bit more and see, because I don't know, it is really humbling that people will even sub in the first place. But if they're using their Twitch Prime, you only get one. And there's a tree. So I am always appreciative of those that do sub, because you're basically supporting your streamers. And yes, you get those awesome little thundercloud emotes. which was done by those of you that know Blood Ohio. He actually, I kind of came up with the concept, but he's the one that really flushed out the look and everything else. And currently, that is the only emote that I have. I don't really know what to do for the other emotes, and I have two more for the different levels, but I'm kind of at a loss of what to do. I I, I kind of thought of that being like a something that we came up with as a community, because I was always throwing out the idea of kind of it being around some kind of storms. But wait, do you have a present for me there, Sinclair? Bloodhound. Okay, yes, Bloodhound, Ohio. It Everyone calls him Blood though, and I probably just said Blood, Ohio, didn't I? Okay, the lightning. I kind of thought about that, but I don't know how to do it as an emote. I didn't really want just a lightning bolt. What is up with that field? And Sean Sinclair, thank you very much for those bits, man. It's awesome. That that field is completely jacked, guys. I mean, I know I've planted. I don't know why it looks like that. Like a bolt with a fate. Yeah, I no, I mean, I guess I always kind of when I'm looking at it, I picture a cartoonish kind of version of the typical lightning bolt with the jagged. That's kind of what what I picture, but I don't know. I don't know how it would turn out, and maybe it's because I'm not artistically inclined when it comes to like graphics as far as like an emote. Rain. I thought about raindrops. Uh, Heather had actually thought of an idea too of just putting, uh, having one as just like the Mister. So the word the Mister, and some way, shape, or form, and that being one of the emotes. And I kind of thought about that, but just got busy, and it was right around the time where John had made partner, and Blood was doing all the emotes for him. So I was like, well, he's gonna have his hands full for a while, and I just really have not. Whoa, what's going on? I just have not really put the time in to flush that idea out. Let's see. Okay, here's the. I, I don't know with that one, Sean. Because that one's been thrown out there a bunch of times, but that almost seems like a go-to for anyone that has a beard. Like John's is awesome. Like I like his, but I've gone to a couple other channels. The person just happens to have a beard, and once you know it, his one of their emotes is their face with a beard. It's almost to the point where it's too common, if that makes any sense. I mean, maybe if we did something weird with it, I know there's like, well, not the button I meant. There's the uh, John's got one where it's like a colored beard. I maybe doing something like that. I don't know. There's just so many ways to do stuff that I kind of want to do something that's that's unique that you wouldn't look at and go, oh, they just copied that from so and so. Ooh, that's not a bad idea there, Dom. A raindrop with a beard. I mean, I can't say I've ever seen an emote with a raindrop that has a beard. Hmm. See, now the gears are turning. Huh. I I think you're on to something there, Dom. Oh man. Okay, now what did that? Okay, that's given me one stage. Wait a minute. So it looks like it actually looks like I cannot fertilize beforehand. I have to plant and then fertilize. And second average gaming, thank you for that host. It is appreciated. Those of you that are coming over from his stream, glad to have you. Welcome on in. I am a variety streamer, but I play a lot of open world games. But I do tend to play Farm Sim in kind of my off time when I'm not streaming. So I figure I'd give it a try streaming. And those of you in my chat that are not following Second Average Gaming, please go check his channel out. It's worth to see. I have not heard of them personally, but I have limited time, so I don't go through a whole lot of the channels to see who's playing what. So that's awesome. Again, thank you for the host. Were you playing Farm Sim there, gaming? Okay, no, nope, nope. Okay, so we've noticed that actually has given us a complete fertilized field. So now that's given us at least the stage one. And thank you, Dom, for posting that link. Yeah, you guys go check them out. Uh, all right, now let's give this a whirl. Maybe that's the secret. We just got to seed it first. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this design will still work as screwed up as it is. But we'll have to just plant and then we'll have to do the fertilizing afterwards. Do we have another field? That is all. Nope, we get 19 still, but we can fold this up so that we can finish our fertilizing. Okay. Oh, come on, guys. There we go. Okay. Wait, why did that part of the field not get planted? Oh. What's the issue here? Did I seriously just miss it? Am I being that much of a noob, guys? Oh. Yeah, I seriously just missed that big. Oh god. It's not my first rodeo, guys, I promise. But no, I don't know. But yeah, the emote, like the more I see that one, the I can completely see that being an idea. You know, I'm not a farmer, okay? I'm not a farmer. But now I probably have to re fertilize that, don't I? Turn that off. Yeah, we got to. Okay. So the key is to plant and then fertilize. Uh, I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea there, Dom. I just not. That is the part I can't visualize. How would you do a multicolored beard? I mean, is that do you do it like stripes of different color? Is it different layers? I don't know. Okay. So now that we kind of got our act together, let's see if going back and re-fertilizing these other fields kind of fixes our fertilizer states. Okay, yeah. I guess it's a thing. We just need to make sure we plant and then fertilize. Turn. And I was actually thinking about getting a baler and stuff, but we don't currently have the money, so we're probably gonna have to go through and do some of the contract work to even be able to afford it. But with the things we have, I've kind of found out that if you do anything with actually planting, I guess you lose money on through buying the seed and everything. You actually go through more than what it's worth. So if I stick to kind of doing a bunch of fertilizing or harvesting, even if I have to lease the equipment, I should pick up funds pretty quick. And I suppose I could also take out a loan, but I try not to do that. I mean, I have enough debt in my life that I don't need to have debt in the game as well. So I I may, take loans out to purchase something if I don't have the funds right then, but as soon as I have the money for it, I generally pay it off. Okay, so that should all be done now. I think it's just all jacked up because of the way we did it initially. So we know in the future what to do and what steps. Speaking of debt, where's the money at? What money, Dom? What money? I mean, I know you gave me money, but I don't remember signing on a dotted line or uh, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons now, guys. Okay, and that is down, and is it down? Now it's down. Okay. Yeah, Heather is waiting for her money too. Um, pick a number. You know, like that DMV line that just never ends. You're just constantly standing there. Yeah, it's one of those lines, guys. And then I need a copy of her driver's license, two form of IDs, and proof of insurance. No, 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 no. Not that kind of number. Or or are you talking about a certain something that I'm giving away during the stream there, Dom? Is that what you're referring to? I mean, I kind of feel that that's what you're hinting at. Well, okay, Dom, you have a chance. Uh, you definitely have a chance. Everyone in chat has a chance, but I'm not just gonna give it to you. I mean, what's that song? I'm not even gonna attempt to say the song because I obviously I'm horrible at songs. But the term is what have you done for me lately, there, Dom? What have you done for me lately? Wait, you're giving Dom 2 cents. Dom doesn't need 2 cents. No, he's in my channel. He should be giving me 2 cents. That's like an entrance fee. You've been here as a mod. I can fix that real quick, Dom. I can fix it. Uh, no, what is kind of being hinted at without directly saying it, guys, is I do have a giveaway that will be happening later in the stream. Uh, and it is a point system giveaway. Basically, just by spending time in chat, being a follower or a sub or giving subs to others, you actually accrue points, and then you use those points to enter a raffle. We're going to be doing one every single month. I'm generally gonna have it the giveaway be the last stream of that month. Uh, Next month might be a little weird just because of holidays. I'm not entirely sure how that one's gonna go, but it'll be the last stream of the month. Uh, and like I said, the way you get points or get entries into it is just by spending time in chat. It's more of a reward system for those of you that are coming and hanging out in the chat and supporting the community. Um, the more time you spend in chat, the more points you get. But by being active, you get little bonuses to it. No, Dom, it's not $1 million. What if I had $1 million? Do you think I would be working 42 hours at a waste plant? No, I would probably be doing this exact thing. This is what I would be doing. But by spending time in chat, you get bonuses to it, and then throughout the month you accrue all the points. Then at the end of the month, you use all those points to for entries. Each entry is 100 bolts. You can check that by typing exclamation bolts BOLTS in chat to get your balance. And then once the giveaway is done, all of the points are erased, and you kind of start over at the beginning of each month. So if you weren't around a whole lot this month, there's always next month. And I set it up that way because I wanted to reward people that were able to show up month to month. I know stuff happens, life happens, and thank you very much for that follow. It's appreciated. uh, I kind of wanted to reward people that are able. Life happens, so I know that you can't be around all the time. So it just kind of gives uh, people that are able to spend their time. It gives them the opportunity. And I kind of wanted to avoid uh, the the issue that I kind of see arising, where someone will be around in a chat a whole lot and then they'll be gone for 6 months, but then they come back and they still have all them points. It works for some channels, but I don't think it works very well for a small channel. So Ryan, am I in the server? No, I'm just in a single player game right now. I was in there earlier, so I just kind of decided with as many people that were in there, and it's kind of that part of the day where it picks up. I didn't want to be just standing around while streaming, so I did kind of excuse myself from the server. But I will be back in there later tonight, probably after stream. No, I'm not being antisocial, Dom. Antisocial would be, I mean, it doesn't work for a stream. I mean, I'm not one that can just sit and talk and talk and talk. I am an introvert. By nature, I am an introvert. I have an issue with talking with people that are right there. Now, I have found that there are certain types of people that I tend to talk with more. Case in point, this for Thanksgiving we have a potluck, and it's with friends. It's more acquaintance. Like there's some people there that are obviously friends, but then other people that are there, I generally don't talk to them. I don't know why. It's not that I don't talk to them, but it's more of a. I guess it kind of is a shyness, but I don't really start talking to people until I've been around them a bunch. Probably 3 or 4 times, but that doesn't always work, and I realize that. But the people that I've found that I tend to talk more with is if I find out that they were or are in the military. Part of that is because I myself was in the military. I spent about 12 years in the Air Force. And for some reason, if I even get the hint that they are or were, I'm a little more tolerant of talking to them. I'm still not going to go way out of my way to have a conversation with them, but I think that is generally because the things that interest me don't necessarily interest a lot of other people. And there's kind of an ongoing theme that has happened in my life where when I was in high school, I was a real big smartass. Like, Heather can actually attest to it. It got to the point where friends would make a comment and I would just sit there. I wouldn't even have to say anything. I would just look at them. Uh-oh, what I miss? What did I miss? No, no, Dom, you don't need to enlist in the military. I mean, it's good for some. Oh, move. It's good for some, but it's just. I mean, I talk to you. It's just that when I first meet someone, I just don't tend to. I guess probably the easiest way of putting it is I don't tend to warm up to people until I've been around them a few times. And yes, Dom, half the time I don't. I let it simmer a bunch before I even consider that it might not be joking around. I mean, if you want to join the military, you know, good on you. But I realize the military is not for everyone. Uh, I am basically, you, you know, I've heard that comparison, Dom. Uh, I've heard that we are very similar. I mean, we have had conversations, but it's what am I doing? I'm just driving in circles now. Oh, I needed to still fertilize. That's what it is. I don't know. It's kind of it's weird, you know. It's just oh, I know what I was getting at. There kind of was an ongoing thing where any of Heather's friends, they all thought that I was like this. I don't know. I was misrepresented. That's probably the most stream friendly way I can put it. People thought I was a jerk because I was making them those smart ass comments and everything else. It's just what people thought of me. And Heather had to explain to him half the time. It's like, no, he's just kidding around. Like that's a thing. And that even happened with people that I worked with when I kind of first joined. Is that even? It's not doing anything. I'm just wasting pellets there, guys. So because of that, I stopped kind of being that smart at, and I think maybe that kind of feeds into the I have to be around someone because I do tend to joke around, and if people don't know that from the start, some of the comments that I would say you would take as me being this complete jerk. Yeah, they better watch out now. No, I don't know. I have had one of them weird lives, not in a bad way. It's just not different from most, you know. My dad was actually in the military. He was also on the enlisted side, but I only lived with him until I was about 5 or 6, and without going too much into it, my parents, things happened. They got divorced, so my mom, you know, obviously moved away. Let's see what we got for contracts, but my mom at the time, I mean, they were young. My dad was literally 18 years old when I was born. My mom, I think, was 19, so young. Not so much now because I guess that's a little more common thing. But back in the old days, no. I mean, they're fairly long. Like I'm 36, so that would make my dad in his. Is he still in his 40s? No, he might be approaching his 50 now. I don't have the calculator, or I'm not gonna go that far. But yeah, I mean they were young back in the time that I was born. They were young, so he actually joined the military at the age of 18 to uh, support us. But things happened with my mom, so it didn't work out. So I was a single child with a single parent for a while, and my dad eventually got remarried and everything else, and she kind of became my surrogate mother because my mom was really out of the picture. She would call every 6 months or so, but I guess that all that really did was just upset me. What field is that? 5? Sure, we can do that. We'll need to lease the items. Okay. Do a little bit of harvesting. You guys have seen me do everything else, so do a little bit of that. The big O ideal. But I, like I said, didn't really have a mother figure until my stepmom, and from what I hear, I can't attest to it because I obviously don't remember it, but I was kind of a wild child at that age because my dad really didn't discipline me. And I think that was because of everything else that was going on, or he didn't have, I guess, time. I don't know. I mean, he was young, you know. Anyone that is 18 and has a child, you're not going to expect them to be, you know, world's best parent. But right around the age of, what did I say, 6? I was still in kindergarten. Okay, I I would get so upset whenever my mom would call that I would start acting like I would kind of calm out throughout the year, and then whenever my mom would call, I would become that problem child again, where wasn't doing what I was told or whatever, um, throwing tantrums, I guess, and I was brought to a child psychologist, and I guess what they basically figured out is I had formed some kind of hatred towards my mom, probably because I didn't hear from her other than that every 6 months, and that was just enough to kind of cause me to constantly relapse. And they said that basically the fix to that was I needed to go live with her. You know, I still don't understand the rationality of, oh, you hate that person, so you should go live with them. But that's what it was. So right around the age of 6, like I said, in well, no, I guess I was out of kindergarten. I was in first grade. So yeah, that would be 6 or 7, I guess. I believe I gotta go up past the bridge. Yeah. So I got on a plane. Started to live with them, and then every year I would, see my dad during the summer. So I didn't really see a whole lot of him other than the summers. Oh, are we gonna make it, guys? Like, I think it's just, oh my god, just enough room. Okay, we'll get up here to 5. So because of that, I did see him kind of moved around a bunch, but I think that's part of my introvertedness. It's just being in that military family, moved around a bunch when I was younger, didn't really have those friends, and I kind of developed that like early on. Watch watch the new guy. Yeah, I've done this. I may have done this once or twice down. And who you call a new guy? Who? And thank you very much for that follow. It is appreciated. Welcome on in. Uh, for those of you that have noticed that message, I don't like to call out those that are following. I have had a issue in the past where uh, a lot of people have tended to sub, or not sub, tended to follow after the stream because I guess I've looked at a bunch of stuff. There are a lot of people that don't like that recognition for just following the channel. So I've kind of removed that issue by not announcing. Like I like to announce that there are new followers, but I'm not gonna announce who it was. I feel if they want to be known that they follow the channel, they can say so in chat. But I do make a point to at least recognize those that do sub because I mean you're subbing to the channel. You're paying money to continue to help the community grow, and I I think that is the admirable, and it should be recognized. Oh. Can you please show me all the trucks, like the you're talking about like the semis, I would imagine. The Yeah, I can do that. Um, I have actually not even gone in there myself, so I am not the new guy, Dom. I have not been the new guy for a long time. I mean, I've been streaming for over a year. I'm not the new guy. I may be the less experienced guy, but I'm not the new guy. Yeah. Um, how do I even see this? Levi Harmission. If that's close, good. If it's not, I'm really sorry. I'm bad with saying names. So, but yeah, let's. You wanted to see the truck, so, and like I said, I have not actually seen the trucks myself. So we have the Lizard. Oh, it's a decent power. I mean, these are kind of your startup loader grade trucks. You have the Phoenix 6x6 aggro truck, and then you have the Han, or the I guess it's man, but on here it looks like it says man. You have the Hulk. These I guess are actually pretty decent trucks. And then you have your Lizard, your Roadrunner. So, I mean they're actually not too different in price. I think the difference in 17, I think it was a lot like Baker Gap. I think the lower one was somewhere around the 119, but I think the other one was over 200,000. I want to say it was like 214. But I mean they actually oh my god. How long? Oh, that is a question there, Ryan. There's two answers to it, okay? The short answer is we have been together since 2000, no, 98. Yeah. Since 1998. That kind of shows our age a little bit. I apologize, but some of you were probably born after that. But in 98 we actually met in high school. No, that's exactly what it is, Dom. In Okay, the short condensed version. Wait, well, whoa, Heather, that's shots now. We met in high school. We met through a mutual friend that the weird story kind of goes. in the high school we have like split lunches. There's, you know, 4 different time periods. There's one where you go to lunch before you start class. There's one that you go to class for like half an hour, then you have lunch. And then there's the next one is you go to lunch the second half, and then the final one you go through the entire class, and then you have your lunch. That's how they kind of broke it up. Well, for in this area, they released us to go to lunch, and I was in the third lunch, and she was in the second lunch. So we kind of crossed paths on the way. She was going back to class. We were going to lunch, and she was friends with my friend. His name was Eric, and Heather. I guess she still is, but back then she was like a hugger. Like pretty much anyone she met, it was always, you know, giving hugs and everything else. And I never met her. This was the first time I had ever seen her. And as she was going back to class, she, you know, ran into me and Eric, and she ran up, gave him a hug or whatever, and then she was, you know, had a few words, and then she was going to head back to class, and he, you know, kind of nonchalantly kind of said, well, doesn't Mike get a hug? And it was kind of that awkward, like, well, do you want a hug? And, you know, me being the classic suave person that I am, I don't care. I mean, I was awkward. I mean, I didn't think that I was awkward, but I knew I obviously wasn't like, I wasn't a chick magnet. I kept to my own. I was always kind of, and kind of was and still am more of like a techie person. But that's how we met. And we started through friend, you know, she started hanging out in one of the rooms that we kind of hung in after school or during class. Or am I sick? No, I don't get sick, Dom. I went through an entire house when I was growing up. Everyone in my house, which is 2 sisters and then mom and stepdad, all of them got strep throat, and 2 of them got it twice. And I think the most I got a sore throat, which I think was more of just a dry throat for like part of a day. I don't get sick. The problem is when I get sick, I'm like in bed for like 2 days sick. Oh yeah, I guess I do need glasses there, Dom. You know, it's me glancing at chat rather than reading the entire thing. But yeah, she probably is sick of me. But so she started hanging out in the room that we were in, and you know, back back in the day, God, that can't believe it's been that long. It's it's been over. It has almost been 18 years. I guess it has been 18 years. The thing for us was passing notes. We didn't have the phones to, you know, to just send text. We've had to write notes out. Yeah. Four score 7 years ago. No, we had to pass notes. So it was, you know, in between class there were notes or whatever, and I wrote, I don't, Heather, you might remember more than I did, but it was I mean, a decent sized notes, basically saying that I was, you know, interested in going out with her, and that's all I remember that the note was even about. You know, I think it was at least a page long, but I don't remember the specifics other than, hey, I would let you know you're cute. I would be interested in going out, and for me, going out was, you know, it. You can't drive. You couldn't really do anything yet, so going out was, oh yeah, we're hanging out at school. Hey, welcome in and thank you very much for that follow. It is appreciated. I no, it did not say yes or no because I basically said I was interested in her, and I think more or less I was asking if she wanted to go out, but at the time I didn't realize that she was already. Yeah, I guess it has been 20 years. Wow. Um, I didn't know that she had a boyfriend. I didn't know she, was already going out with someone. And so, in response to me saying, "Hey, I think you're awesome, and I would like to go out with you," I gotta, oh, I'm already got a boyfriend. Sorry. But it never stopped her from coming around. So I guess this is a little more of the person that I was, but I wrote a note back saying, "Okay, cool. Well, just so you know, I am still interested. So if anything ever happens, or what, I distinctly recall there being a line in there, something that could be considered creepy, and it was, oh, that's cool. I'll wait for you. Like I knew that this wasn't gonna work out. And then about a week later, I think, well, maybe it was just over the weekend or something, because she went back and forth to her dad's during the summer. So, yeah, basically came back and was like, "Oh, okay, we can go out now." It's like, okay. And so the classic high school romance, it was, oh, we'd go out during the school year and then break up for the summer, and it was a whole deal. Oh, yeah, that's the best part. Do you want to cover this one, Heather? Cuz this is awesome. No, you got to know this one. But no, it was not Dom. It was Mike. She went out with, I don't know, what was it, like three different people, all named Mike. I mean, obviously at different times, but well, yeah, it was around Christmas time, but I think that was like shortly after the note. Like I don't think it was too much longer. But yeah, I know it was around Christmas time because we did that whole thing. We went to go see, what was it, Home Alone 3 with one of our friends or something? Yeah, Home Alone 3 in theaters. But I mean, it was it. I mean, it all kind of fell apart at the end. Um, I'm not really gonna go into that because I mean it's not really important. But the the point is, we kind of went back and forth during summer, and then one year I just I decided nope. Um, and then ironically, neither of us wanted to have anything to do with the other one for about a year. And this is the weird thing. About a year later, right around Christmas time again, uh, I had just moved back home after graduating. Me and my best friend from high school. We were actually going to be getting an apartment. We'd already kind of signed everything. It wasn't like official. We hadn't moved in yet. Well, we would go back and forth spending the night at each other's houses, and we were going to be going out to his house to spend the night. But I needed to stop by my house for something, and I told him, "Hey, when we get, when I get back, or when we get back tomorrow, remind me to call Heather's parents because I want to know how she's doing and everything else." Well, we get to my house. There's a or a message on the answer machine. Well, it was Heather. She had called and left a message, and needless to say, that freaked me out. It was one of those classic, it happened. You kind of look at the phone, you're like, we gotta go. Just left the house. It freaked me out. And then over the next couple of weeks, we kind of, I did eventually call her because she left her number and everything where she was going to be at. And, called, talked to her over the next couple of weeks once or twice. And then we we always went to this, one of our friends' house that lived in town for New Year's. We always had like a New Year's kind of party thing at their house. And ironically, we both had the idea of trying to get back together at this party. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still awkward, but it was just weird that we both planned the same thing. I mean, we both started thinking about each other at the same time. We both had the same plan of trying to get back to each other at the same place. It just, I don't know. If you believe in fate, that's what it was. Now, if you don't, it was a very big coincidence that both of those incidences happen at the same time by both of us. So we, needless to say, everything progressed from there, and that was, God, a lifetime ago. I mean, it's weird kind of looking back on how long ago that was. So yeah, that right there is the story. Oh, I never took the tops off of these. That is the basic story of how I met and how me and Heather became a thing. Okay. There we go. And now we've been together forever. And we have a almost 12-year-old. Yeah, 2001 was the year that we planned to get back together with each other. And it was big. Yeah, forever. Not even FOR, just the number forever. But that New Year's we actually stayed up like late. Like I don't even think I went to bed that night, and I had to work the next day. And then after working, we had to move into our apartment, so like it was a whole thing. But yeah, that was a while ago. I mean, like I said, we've got an almost 12-year-old. Hey, just don't ever ask me when we got married because I will always get it wrong. Always. I I have an issue remembering because I always think of it being the day before. I think we were supposed to get married on the 8th and we got married on the 9th, or maybe it was we were supposed to get married on the 7th and we got married. I can never remember. It's a thing. No, not yesterday. I wasn't born yesterday either. It's just that with this, the way things happen, for some reason I always remember it off by a day. But I think it was the 8th. I don't. So I don't know. Wait. Did we get married again? Did I sleep through it? Wait, no. Okay, I worked yesterday, so it didn't happen then. I'm so confused. Is there cake? No, Dom. There's no cake. There's no cake. I didn't. I didn't even the second one. So we were supposed to get married on the 8th, but we got married on the 9th. See, like I said, I always get it wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I went without cake this year, Dom. I didn't get a birthday cake. I'm probably getting the evil eye. She's probably typing out there furiously. But no, I didn't get a cake this year. No, the reason I didn't get a cake this year is with the way all my birthdays have tend to have fallen in the last couple years. They're on like the days that I work, and I don't eat a whole lot on the days that I work. Like I literally live off of what, two or three of those packages of peanut butter crackers. The ones that have like six crackers in it with peanut butter in them. That is what I eat on the days that I work, and then I'll come home and I'll have whatever Heather makes for dinner. But that's generally all I'll eat until Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'll eat more. Okay, we were supposed to get married on the 7th. Okay. Well, I said that originally. Okay. But that's what I eat. And then when I came home that Sunday, because I believe it was on a Sunday this year, she asked if I wanted, a cake. And I was like, well, no, we'll just wait. Because, I'm not going to eat it. So, didn't make it. And then I think stuff came up, the day is off. It never happened. It was at the beginning of this month. So, but I just like to give her a hard time about everything. That's what I call my real job, is making her life difficult. I'm good at it. I always tell her it was on the dotted line that she signed on her marriage certificate that I was allowed to do that. And she never questioned it. It's there. It was in the fine print. Oh, we got a decent amount of this field. Ooh, excuse me for a second here, guys. Oh, okay, I gotcha. It it was the 8th. I just flipped how I had asked it. Okay. Oh, you do question it, huh? Hey, you're free to leave at any time. I'm not stopping you. I never have. That's that's the weird thing. I don't know. That's one of my weird mixed up views. You know how there's those people that get like super jealous when someone's talking to, whoever. I I've never been like that be, because my thought is, well, if you're going to leave just because someone else is talking to you, then there's no reason for us to be together anyways. I don't know. I really find it funny, the you talking to my girl, or the people that are like super jealous that someone else is talking to their significant other slash girlfriend. I That's too much stress. They're either gonna stay there because they care about the relationship, or they're not. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault. It's there. I mean, I take that back. Sometimes it can be your fault for them leaving, but it's just that things didn't work out. It's not anything you can do about it. It just happened. So I don't stress over it. If she wants to be here, she's here. If not, she knows where the door is. I mean, some may take that the wrong way, but it's straight and simple. I love her to death. Would I be heartbroken if she left? Oh yeah, but in the end, there's literally nothing that I can do that's gonna physically keep her here if she doesn't want to be here. And that's the attitude I've had my entire life. Maybe maybe I'm a little more advanced than that before, but well, awkward. Then I have many who are. Um, well, I'm here to make your life difficult. You can you can try, Dom. You can try. I don't stress. I you can ask Heather. I don't stress over a whole lot. Now, funny thing is, I streaming wise, I did used to stress a lot when I first started. That that's one of the few things that I did put a lot of stress in, and it wasn't so much stress as it was. No, it was stress. It was stress. Um, I have many who are. Oh yeah, guy friend. No, there's only one friend of yours that I have ever had an issue with, and I mean it's pretty obvious that which one. I mean you even know, and it was more. It's not because I didn't trust you. It's just because I didn't like him. It's yeah, Dom. It's you. Hey, thank you very much for that follow. It is appreciated. Welcome on in. No, no, I'm not gonna. This one, I'm literally not gonna go too far in. It's a friend she had from high school. Uh, Basically, you could tell that there was some issues between them, but he when we lived in the apartment, there was a year that he actually came down, or came. There was a time when she was going through college. She took like a semester off, and she was staying at our apartment, and he would only come over when I was not there. I would show up, and then he would leave, and like that right there, it would just you not it. Like I said, it's not that I didn't trust her, but if that is happening where someone is coming over only when I'm not there, like never would never even know he was coming over because he would wait until like he unless it was on purpose or he just happened to call when I wasn't there. But when I get home, he would be there and then he would leave after I got there. So it just never sat the right way. And I guess there's been other things that have happened since then where he's made certain comments that I guess they're now it it was an ex, but I don't know for how long. I don't know. I think maybe he thought that there was still a chance of rekindling things. I don't know. but he was always real weird about it. So that's not, you know, not a thing. And I guess he, you know, he's that he would disappear for months at a time, and then all of a sudden you'd start getting messages from him again, just like, oh, just wanted to touch base. Here's what's going on with my life. Oh, I'm full again. It's gonna be all the way up here. You know what? When I get up here and start offloading that, what do you say we go ahead and do our do that giveaway, guys? What do you think? You think you guys are ready for the giveaway? I mean, we've been going for almost 2.5 hours. I think it's about time, right? The giveaway will be for a $25 Steam gift card. So if you don't have Steam, this probably will not be the giveaway for you, but don't worry, there will be others. It's not always going to be gift cards either. As the community grows, there will be other things. I'm kind of keeping an eye out on, you know, some stuff that I think would be pretty cool giveaways. So just keep that in mind. Give me just a second here, and we'll kind of get everything set up. You guess we could there, Dom? I mean, if it's okay with you. I mean, I don't want to keep you here any longer than you want to be here, so. Okay. Pull up to the next trailer. Alright, now this is the first one I've done, so bear with me for just a second here. The entries will be, you know, I should probably do this so it kind of gets it out of the way. It is going to be 100. It's 100 points per entry. So if you guys type exclamation bolts, that'll kind of give you your balance, so you can figure out how many times you can enter. The cost will be 100 each, so just kind of keep that in mind. Let's see, get here. And the way, once it is open, it's not open yet, so please don't. Oh, I should come. No, I'm not getting off quite yet there, Dom. Basically, I will be, you know, in a little bit here, but it's more to make sure, you know, kids get dinner and everything else. I don't know if Heather is actually out there in the living room with the kids, or if she's still back in the bedroom. So, but to enter the giveaway, you will type exclamation point raffle space and then the number of times you wish to enter. Remember that it will be 100 bales per entry. If you try and enter more than you have, it will not accept it, and it will not show that you entered. So please make sure you know exactly how many bales you have. And I will leave this open for a little bit. So yeah, okay. So the giveaway is open. So like I said, exclamation point raffle space and then the amount of times you would like to enter. And make sure that this is actually showing up. But we will jump back into the game. Okay, yep, Dom, we do have one, so it is definitely working correctly. So I'll probably let this go for, I don't know, maybe until I have to empty this combine again. That should be more than plenty of time, right? See, I'm not the new guy. Quit calling me that. Definitely new to the giveaways. I have not done a whole lot of those, so. But like I said, it will be a Steam gift card, so make sure you have that. And then whoever the winner is will basically just have to send me a friend request through Steam, and then once I get that, I'll send it directly to you through the Steam store. So, ooh, excuse me. Wait, did I say bales? I'm pretty sure I said bolts. Well, you know what? I might have said it the second time. Wow, I may have heard John say it once or twice. Maybe that's what it was. It is bales, not bales. It's not bales. Maybe I did. I think I originally said bolts, and then when I went through saying I was in doing the giveaway stuff, and that's when I probably said bales. Like I said, I've heard it once or twice. But there will be many more to come, so if you do not win this time, do not be discouraged, because there will be others. I am picking it up, Bomb. See, look, picking up the beans. Train wreck. I know. I should just quit. No, it's not gonna happen. I enjoy doing this stuff too much, so. But I am starting to get a little bit of a dry throat from talking so much, so. Ooh. Starting to get a little warm. That's the one thing about drinking Coke. It's like there's a certain temperature where it's fine, and once it gets past that, it starts getting really frizzy and everything else. Oh. Well, if I was ignoring chat and being antisocial, you wouldn't talk too much. I know, but that's not streaming, Dom. I mean, if that was the case, I might as well take the camera off. Just sit here with just the screen, not saying a word. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There are some of my streams, like some of the ones I come back from work and I'm just like super. I'm still talking, but they're obviously not as energetic. Hey, there's water in this. Like, there's water. That's one. It's like the main ingredient. Carbonated water. See, I'm drinking water now. Carbonated water. But no, I normally do. I just didn't. I actually drink a fair amount of liquids, especially when I'm at work. Just when I'm off, I tend. That's when I get my soda intake, is on my days off. Well, there's water in G Fuel too, right now. I had one of those earlier today. Like vodka? That's what you mean by that, right? Water on the rocks? Vodka? No, to be honest, that is pretty much the only way I can drink water. It has to be with ice, because it's got to be like super cold for me to drink it. Well, Dom, G Fuel, it's water, and then you put the mix in the water, so I know it has water. Oh. No water on the flavored water. Vodka's a flavored water, Dom. Oh, you're fine, Dom. Oh, we're about halfway there. Yeah, that's what makes it taste good, Dom. Now I say all this. It has literally been so long since I've actually had anything with alcohol in it that I don't even remember. Like the longest time, I wouldn't drink anything that was alcoholic until like New Year's, right? I didn't even have anything to drink this past New Year's, so I know it's been almost 2 years since I've had an alcoholic drink. And once you get that far, you literally just don't remember. Like, I know there was a New Year's a couple years back that I did, but it was like a shot. And then prior to that, I think it was back when I was in the military, and I've been out for, what, I think 5 years now? 4 years? I was fortunate enough where I deployed, it was like a main hub. Everything kind of went through. So they actually had some bars there that you had a 3 drink limit a day, and I did it smart. I would get like Coronas to me, or were not bad, but I would take the first one and I would slam it, and since I really didn't drink that much, that would give me that buzz, and then I would just maintain it with the second one. Well, it's 4 years since I've been out of the military, but wasn't it like 5 years ago that I deployed? Because I was back for a full year. The problem, Dom, is that's not even notes. That's just what she remembers. She doesn't have to take notes on most of this stuff. Now, if you tell her a story and ask her to repeat it, that story is not what you said. But I can, for the most part, remember the details of stuff like that. But no, she's always had a really good memory when it comes to certain things. I, on the other hand, have a crap memory. I don't it unless it is something that specifically happens to me, I generally do not remember the details. Well, yeah, 5 ye butts. It's mostly what was said. Yeah, it is close, but on certain things, it's like I literally just told you this, and you will repeat it to someone else, and it'll be something completely different. It's like, no, that's not what happened. Looks like we might have one more pass or so before the giveaway will be closed. So if you guys have not put your entries in, please do so. That again is for a $25 Steam gift card. I may try to do like some. Yeah. Oh, did you step away there, Heather? Maybe that was when you stepped away, because I think I might have heard you. I thought it was afterwards. Yeah. Enter the raffle. Exclamation point bolts, and then that'll give you your balance, and then exclamation point raffle space the enter of times. It is for a $25 Steam gift card that I will send to you upon completion. And like I said before, I'm leaving it open until I have to empty the combine again. So you got a little bit of time left, not too much. So get those entries in. I'm pretty sure she's already on the friends list. Oh, God. Well, I mean, he's got a pretty good chance. Now, the one thing I do need to figure out is because I know for John Sinclair normally does this and it picks it, so I don't know how to do that. So I'm just gonna end up hitting the button here. Well, we all know it's not. All right, just a few minutes here, so you guys get those last minute entries in quick here. And once I start unloading, I will pick the winner, and we'll be good to go. You're not entering. I wasn't just talking about you, but okay. And here we go. Turn on the brights. Yeah, it's called our joint checking account. Okay, like I promised, guys, the giveaway is now closed. So, like I said, I will send it through whoever the winner is. Just send me a message through Steam so I can add you to my friend list, and I'll send it to you. Oh, yeah. We're not even going to get into that. Those of you that have entered, good luck. And here we go. And Deadpool, it looks like Deadpool is the winner of the $25 gift. God damn it, Dom. I knew it was going to come. He just did it today. God. Oh, but good job there, Deadpool. God. Oh man, yeah. Just make sure you send me a request on. You know what? Probably may be easier for me to find you because my screen name is not actually the same. But let me get this real quick. Friends. Well, you know what? Let me just send it to you this way. I'll type it in chat. That way you can find me. That way your information is not going out there. Okay. That is my Steam username. So if you would just find me in that list, send me a friend request, and I will get that gift card over to you. Yeah, that is a good question. Dom brings up. Do you have something in mind that you're planning on using it on? I mean, it's going to go right into your Steam wallet, so you can use it on anything. But is there any game you're looking at? I mean, do you have Farm Sim 19? I mean, that won't pay for the whole thing, but I mean, that's close, isn't? It's about half of it, isn't it? But like I said, guys, that is the first one. We're going to be doing that every. No, Dom. You know the rules. You are going to do Farm Sim 19. Awesome. Yeah, it's a great game. Uh, but yeah, the bolts will actually reset probably after stream here, and then they won't start up again until, well, they'll reset at the end of the month, but nothing from now till the end of the month, if there are any bonus streams, will actually count towards next month's. And at the end of next month, there will be another giveaway. Um, so everyone kind of starts, starts over, clean slate. How much did you pay for those bolts there, Dom? I mean, Heather already gave you 2 cents, didn't she? So that should cover it, right? You need them for the next. Well, then you got to put the time in next month, there, Dom. You're getting. Yeah, I will probably be done here pretty soon. Probably go for a. I'm hoping probably finishing this field up. It shouldn't be too much longer. So. No, that's not the right one. Okay. Give me just a minute here, guys. And Deadpool, did you send that request through? 'Cause I haven't gotten anything yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, it just came through. Alright, give me just a second here, guys, and I will get back to it. Okay, we might have to figure out something else here, Ryan, because it actually shows, it says you're not eligible. Have you purchased anything on Steam at all? Ever? Because it's weird. It's just saying it's not eligible. Okay. Well, we'll give it a few minutes here because maybe it has something to do with
I just accepted the friend request, so maybe it needs a little time before it says you're eligible. I don't, because there's a couple people on my list that it says they're not eligible. And and if it doesn't, we will figure out another way. I will get it to you. Well, he said he got Gold Rush though. That should have been enough. I mean, is there a way of going in your Steam and confirming that you have spent that much? I don't know. It shouldn't, because it doesn't really give me a reason. It just says not eligible. But if you're able to get Steam, it shouldn't matter the country. It's just because all you're doing is putting it into their basically their Steam wallet. And I've never run into the situation where, or I've never seen anyone run into the situation where that's what, you know, it was because they were in a different country. And it normally has something to do with not, maybe in the options or whatever, there's something saying that you can't accept friends from friends. That may be a thing. Yeah, let me look real quick, because like I said, I think there is an option. Let's see. I think there's an option somewhere that basically states you have to click it to allow gifts from friends. And I do apologize, those of you that are waiting in chat. See if I can't find this real quick. Let me just look it up quick. It'd probably be faster. Okay. see anything there. Privacy settings, maybe. Getting closer. I mean, are you going to be able to hang out a little bit afterwards? I don't know. I've never seen that be an issue, Dom. And Twitch guy, thank you very much for that host. It is appreciated. Yeah, if you can hang out a little bit after the stream, like I said, I'm probably only going to be going for a little bit while here. We can. And Rogue Cobra, thank you for that host as well. It is appreciated. No, if you can hang out a little bit afterwards, I can probably get it straightened out. So I don't understand why it's saying you're not eligible. So did you find something there, Dom? Oh, it says 3 days. Okay. I guess I'm not seeing where it says 3 days, but that very well may be a thing. So you may just have to wait a few days, and then I can get it sent to you. I mean, I'll keep checking it. That's for sure. Oh, it's right in the first one. Okay. You can purchase the digital gift cards for any user that you've had on your friend list for at least 3 days. Okay. So, I mean, if you're fine with that, we'll just have to wait the 3 days, and then... Okay, that's good. But now I know that for the future, so... Awesome, Tom. Thank you for finding that. The new guy here, remember, right? Isn't that the joke going on right now? Twitch guy, she's actually doing a lot better. She was just in here for a while, but I think she's still real kind of wore out. She slept most of the day, and then she was actually pretty active in chat here until recently. She said she was starting to get sleepy, so she's probably doing better. Just energy level is all, you know. You know how that is. But
User joined your channel.
But how are you doing today? I mean, what's up in the hood, or whatever the kids are saying nowadays. I mean, I can say that because I am old enough to be some. I am old enough to be some. Wow, really? I didn't think I was that full already. To be the parental figure of some in chat. I mean, it's a thing. I know I'm getting old. But yeah, she is feeling better. She basically said that it was most of the night she didn't really sleep that well. Just got up, eating dinner. Anything good?
User joined your channel.
Yeah, that was... I always had that kind of issue when I first started working at the waste plant I work. I worked nights. And so it was 7 at night till 7 in the morning. And you got up... And yeah, it was like, oh, yay, dinner. I mean, I was never a real big breakfast person. And still really am not. But it always... felt weird getting up and having like, oh, here's a hamburger. Power Mines, no, I am just in a single player game right now. I'll probably be jumping in there a little bit later. There just was not a whole lot to do streaming wise, so I just went ahead and ducked out. Figure I'd do a single player game and then probably jump back in there later. Oh, that's safe, guys. Look at that. Okay, but we are going to the ranch. Okay, so we can cut straight across these fields. Pork roast, mashed potatoes, and mac. I'm assuming mac for mac and cheese. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent breakfast. I don't know. I still can't. It still feels odd saying it. No, let's see if I get hung up on the tracks. Ooh, actually did pretty good that time. Yeah, going across some of these train tracks, I found other times you'll bounce over without an issue, and then other times you'll get hung up on absolutely nothing, or your tractor will just stop dead. You want the last two items? You want the mashed potatoes and mac and cheese? Meals have no... Yeah, I don't... I mean, I know they don't have any time, real time of day that you'd eat them, but it's still... To me, it always felt odd having... let's see if we can do this. I don't know. Left? There we go. And then... I'm going to attempt to see if this will work, guys. Pull up a little bit more. We should be able to get both of them. There we go. I love that we can do that. I never saw it in the first one, so maybe it was a thing, but I think in the first one you had to dump one and then the second one. But as long as you get them lined up right, you can dump both of them at the same time. The one trick is if you're, depending on the area, like if there's not enough room to tip it from the side, if it's just out the back, you literally have to disconnect the back trailer to be able to dump. It's a thing. So let's get turned around. We are almost done with this field, guys. And then maybe I'll have a little bit more than $3,000. We spent a lot of it on farm equipment, so it's not all bad. Oh, okay. You're gonna make me look at this name. Oh, jeez. That blue, guys. It is torture in. Okay. Hunter is cool. I am doing well. Yourself? I don't know what it is, but in Streamlabs it doesn't show up. But if I go to my chat bot, which is also Streamlabs, it shows up. It's just something about that blue, that nice dark blue doesn't show up. It just looks like a blur. Oh, we are rolling. Oh, I thought it was going to veer me off the side there. I suppose that's probably a thing, right? Will it let you drive off that cliff? I mean, the worst case, you would just have to reset stuff. Instead of, like, you wouldn't be able to drive out it, obviously. Well, okay, it may be turquoise, but in my... That's what it looks like in my chat box, is like a turquoise color. But in my OBS, it's like a dark blue, but with the shade of it, it looks like a blur. I think it does the same thing in Twitch chat when you have it like in night mode. That's the color that I see. Now Twitch Sky's name in OBS is that turquoise. But yeah, in chatbot, both of those are the same. I don't know. Oh, you know it, Hunter. It be there. See? The Fent ideal. You know, at first I didn't really like this, where as you zoomed out, you didn't hear the... What? What is going on with my combine? Oh, it's full. That's right. I had to go empty the trailers because it was full. I didn't like that as you were far away, you didn't like the sound kind of goes away, but then as you get close, you start hearing that sound. I didn't really care for it at first, but now like it makes sense. It almost it's just one of those atmospheric things, you know? Because if you're in the driver's seat, it's pretty quiet. But if you're going to be next to it on the outside, it's going to make a fair amount of noise. Let's see. Looks like we got... What is that? 3 passes maybe left? Or maybe it's not all rendering in. Alright, let's get going. Oh, it just keeps going. Just keeps going, guys. Okay, looks like we got a lot more than 3 passes. But we did end up down here, so let's keep going. I mean, I'm almost tempted just to go back to, like, I mean, this is a mission, and it is dark, but I prefer to do it in the daylight just because you can see better. But I don't know if going back to the homestead and sleeping, if it'll cause this to fail. I don't know if it's like a time thing, or once you start it, if it's going to stay there until you've completed it. Actually, it doesn't look like we have too many passes left. Maybe it's just more on that top side. Like, maybe it gets wider. Now, the other thing I'm curious is what the price difference is. Because, like I said, I've been playing on like the hard modes, both on my other single player game and the server. So I'm wondering when selling crop, how big of a difference is it going to be? You know? Because in here, I mean, it almost looks like it's about double the money. Because I want to say it was like 400s, but we're like in the thousands on some of this stuff. So I think it literally is almost double. So we should be making pretty decent money on crop. Has anyone seen any good movies lately? A couple weeks ago, me and Heather went to go see the Bohemian Rhapsody. if you don't recognize the name of it, you probably know it from like again, there's an age thing. This will age us, like Wayne's World. The near the beginning scene where they're kind of singing the song in the car. That's Bohemian Rhapsody. It's done by band Queen. Well, they did a movie of it, kind of like Freddie Mercury. They did the story, and it's supposed to be kind of how like they became a thing, and then kind of like the later events in his life. We went and saw that 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's kind of I didn't ever claim to know a whole lot about Freddie Mercury, but there was a lot of stuff that was in that movie that I didn't know about him. You know, like I knew Queen, and I knew he was gay, but I didn't realize, like, unless they changed it, because you know how Hollywood likes to change things. He wasn't actually gay, he was bisexual. Like, he actually was married and everything. I wouldn't have had the slightest clue that happened. But it was a really good movie. Like, the guy that played him, I guess there's a video out there, and I have not seen it, but someone was telling me it's like precise. The guy that plays Freddie Mercury is also the he played in Mr. Robot. Yeah, he was in between. But in the movie, like, it actually says that he claimed to be bisexual. Or he said, "I think I'm bisexual." So that was new. I just thought he was gay. But oh god, what was I saying now? The actor that plays him, for those of you that have watched USA, he played in Mr. Robot. He was kind of like one of the main characters, like the hacker that started in the beginning. That was him. He also played in Need for Speed. He was the guy that basically worked in an office, and then when he quit, he just like stripped naked and just walked out, so he could never return. That was his reasoning behind it. Rami, if that's what his name is, Rami Malek. Okay, he is the one that plays it, and if you didn't know that was him, you would he plays such a good job in that movie. Like, it is awesome. But there is a video out there of like someone's gonna have to correct me on this, but I think the concert that he did was like Rite Aid. They did a side-by-side comparison. Well, yeah, it's a complete transformation, but they did a side-by-side of that final scene in the movie. I don't know if Freddie Mercury went on to continue performing after that in real life, but that scene, they did a side-by-side comparison, and it is like almost identical. It is weird how strangely close it is. Right, Live Aid, that's what it was. Okay, Live Aid. But it was a pretty good performance, and we started looking stuff up on the way home from the movie just to see, well, I wonder what there was, what Hollywood put in there and what was actually real, and there wasn't really a whole lot. I'm not gonna spoil, I'm just doing generics. There's a scene where he kind of meets his girlfriend / wife, and they say that that's not exactly how they met. And there's some other stuff that's in there, but not necessarily in the order that it happened. So they did stick pretty true to what happened in real life. But the movie itself, I guess, was in production for like 3 or 4 years because of, well, it started with this group of people and then they stopped because of creative differences, and then there was someone else that kind of filled in. It was a long process, and a lot of it had to do with, well, the direction that the film was going. So that means that someone didn't agree with what someone else was saying. Now, whether or not that's the accuracy of the events, I don't know, because I don't remember who exactly it was that they said had differences, but I don't think it was any of the band members. It was like the people producing it. And I think at one time, like, the movie almost didn't happen because I think it was like the producer just like, no, I'm not going to make a movie and it's not going to go that direction. I think someone else stepped in, or maybe it was like a creative director or something. But all in all, a really good movie. And it's, the movies that it's kind of like there's two different movies? That's almost kind of how this was. And it's not by any fault of their own. Like, I don't think they could have done it any other way. They kind of had like the beginning of like, this is how the band came to be. And then they had the break where it was, this is us as a band performing, and then more of focusing on Freddie Mercury's life. Wait, you're saying the whole movie took 20 years? Or are you talking about the band itself? Because the band definitely went through that. But there's like the first half of it is, the reason it was kind of like that is they were trying to give you the pieces of information you needed to know to make sense of the second half of the movie. But it was like the first half was like, if you condense 10 years into half an hour, that's basically what they had to do. So they filled you in with as much information as they could, and then after that point, then it was a lot more streamlined. And maybe it was just because the later part was just more memorable. Oh, really? The whole movie took 20 years. See, what we had found is there was something in there about like 3 years, but maybe that was like, okay, we have everything that we want to do. Now we just need to get the pieces and put it together. Because the reason this whole conversation sparked is when you're watching the movie, the way Rami Malek did the performance, the question got raised between me and my wife is, was he actually singing that, or was it kind of like he's doing the movements and everything, and then they just had him like lip singing to the song? And I pretty much said that, like, there's scenes in the movie where he does sing. Those, I figured he sang, but then when it came to the actual performances, I figured they basically dubbed in the music from the actual band, and then he did all the acting and choreography and everything else. But through there, that's, we did find out that it's a mixture. They didn't say it in what way, but they said he did sing part of it, and part of it was clips from different performances they did. But the overall discussion was with, I was trying to make the argument that as an actor, no matter how good you are, if you are not doing singing and performances that require you to do choreography for your job doing what happened in the movie, like the scenes and the choreography that Freddie Mercury did. Okay, so it was three years for the actual movie. Okay, that's the information we found. But to do the choreography and everything that Freddie Mercury was doing, it would have taken someone that is so used to doing that to give the right performance. And that performance was there, which is why I felt it was probably the performance being the actual band. But it's really was really a good movie. So if you guys like any of their songs, it is definitely a movie to go check out. 20 years to get the movie rights. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I had no idea that it was that long of a process to do. My Twitch page shows me offline. Are you sure? What? No, it's still showing it on me. It still shows me there. I tried doing a refresh. Maybe something happened because both my OBS it shows me there, and then also going to my page. And you're starting to freak me out there for a minute. Like I still see it. Nope. Come on, back up. Probably get rid of the info panel. Yeah, I don't know. Like everything that I'm seeing shows me as online. Whoa. Okay. the bot got you again, Dom. But yes, thank you for posting that as well. Or that was the bot. Yep. It's funny how the bot got the bot. So, but yes, if you guys have enjoyed the stream, please do not forget to head over to my YouTube channel as well. I will be uploading a couple videos tonight. It's two different bots there, Dom. Oh, no, I see what you're saying. Well, you probably hit YouTube, right? You put the exclamation YouTube. It might have been right at the same time that the timer got ready to post it, and that might have been why. Because I don't think it's done that every time. Now let's see. Yeah, it's just this time, so I bet you it was just the timing. Oh, you know what? No, I saw this. I saw this happen in another stream. That it was repeating it twice. I think what he had to do was shut the bot off and then restart it. But I mean, it's not. I think it's a Twitch thing, or maybe it's something with the bot itself. Let me try something here. Okay, I disconnected it and then reconnected it, so go ahead and try it again and see if it still does it. The bot is drunk? That is so weird. I don't know, because it just started doing it. I will have to take a look at it after, because I don't know why it would be doing that. Aside from maybe closing down the Streamlabs chatbot completely. Oh, okay. You send me some information on it. Thank you there, Twitch guy. I will definitely look at it after stream. Is that the side by side comparison thing, or is that just information on the movie itself? It's been doing it the whole stream. What? I don't know. That is weird, because like I said, there was another streamer that, well, I guess I can't call him streamer because it's streamers. But those of you that, if you like the Fallout right now, they're playing that. They did play Red Dead, but it's a channel, and the entire channel is a group of streamers that they live in this house. It's ran by one person, or the house is like they take care of the rent and everything, but the entire house, like the rent, the food, anything that house needs is all paid for from the income earned on the stream. And the stream actually runs 24 hours a day, unless Twitch goes down. If there's something something major that happens, then it'll go down. But Twitch basically has a 48-hour rule. Like at 48 hours, it just automatically shuts your stream off. So they basically have to they stop the stream and then they restart it. But other than that, it's continual. So you can definitely check them out. It's a Streamer House is the channel. But you can actually go to their page. Like they have cameras set up in their house as well, other than like a few rooms that you obviously can't, or they don't want to give access to, which makes sense. They still have to have their privacy. But other than that, you can see everything that's going on in the house, and they basically set it up in shifts. They each have an 8-hour shift that they cover, and they will rotate or adjust as needed. So. But now the reason I was bringing that up is one of the guys, I was watching him earlier today, and he was having an issue too where the bot was posting it twice. And it's just recently started here, so I don't know. It may be something I need to completely restart chatbot to fix. Because I definitely didn't know it was doing it the whole time. I thought it was certain commands were just popping at the same time. Or or maybe you're doing some of that hacker stuff that you do, Dom. You sure that's not what it is? Alright, looks like we're almost done with this field, guys. It is taking forever. But we are getting there. I guess once I kind of get the funds back up there, I would definitely need to figure out what I'm going to do. Otherwise, if I'm going to start expanding, where I'm at into animals, like there's a fair amount of room down where the homestead is. But do I try going into animals right away, or do I kind of wait and go into buying more fields? I mean, I do have a silo with some stocked up stuff, so it's not too far-fetched to get a few animals, especially like with the horses. It does take you quite a while to train them, to get them full up. But I believe I heard that once you've actually gotten them trained up, you can gain, like, if you do one horse every single day, like rotate them out every single day, you can gain, I heard, like $50,000. And if you're just doing that every single day, do it like, you're going to constantly be getting $50,000 a day, and you're only having to spend it would basically be 7 in-game days, or in-game hours, because it's an hour per horse to get it maxed up. That's actually not that bad. You could fast time and everything, I'm assuming. So could do horses, or could try just the regular, pigs. Pigs would probably be a little rough to start with, because they have to have so many different new types of crop. So before I even adventured into doing that, I would probably need to have some more fields. But we could do cows, maybe. In order to do that, we'd need mowers for pretty much anything anyways. Maybe that's what we would do. We start getting the stuff we need set up, so like get the mowers and the tedder, because I may have enough grass down in our homestead where we're at that it would do for the amount that we need. I mean, we wouldn't go grand scale or anything to start with, just 1 or 2, or maybe more than 1 and 2, but you know what I mean. Start small. So, yeah, we're probably going to need the big map to figure this out. So, yeah. So, I mean, there's a fair amount of grass all over here. We have all of this area up here. I mean, there is some trees, but we could probably just go around that. Or we could cut them down, and then you'd have all that open field. But we'll probably need to do a few more contracts before we get to that point. Because I think this one we're only getting 20. And I really think the way to go is when we hit the fertilizing missions, because you can knock a bunch of those out real quick, especially with us already having that fertilizer spreader. I mean, it's not as big as the other stuff, but we could knock quite a few small fields out in virtually no time. And one little trick that a bunch of you probably already know, but for those of you that don't, is definitely a big help, is with your contracts. There's a I don't want to call it a glitch, because it's not a glitch. It's more like a life hack. It's things that you can do in the game that it probably was not meant to do, but you're not like breaking the game by doing it. You've got all these bigger fields that have contracts on it, and then you have the smaller fields. You can go to the contract list and look at your bigger contracts, and you can actually lease the vehicle from it. So like right now, I've got the Ideal Combine. If you were to go and do a contract for a smaller field, they're obviously not going to give you this big combine. They're going to give you a smaller one. So what you can do is you go to your contracts here and you find your bigger fields. Like 8 is a huge field. This is for corn right now. Like, yeah, corn. So then what you do is you look through all these other ones for harvesting and see if there's any ones that are for corn. Or since we have one of the bigger combines, you basically can now go through, and any of them that have wheat or barley or oat, because that's the header we have, you can use that big leased vehicle on those, because once you've completed a contract, you don't have to like turn it in. It just, well, excuse me, it marks it as being complete. Like you have satisfied what needed to be done to complete it. But it's not going to return any of your... It's not going to return any of your lease vehicles. It's not going to give you the money for it until you've officially gone back in there and said completed. So you can do that first field, get all that money, it'll say complete, and then you use that same equipment on the smaller ones. So you can use that on, like, we're doing 5 right now, so you have a big combine, but maybe there's one on 9 or 10, or maybe even like these smaller ones. You can knock that entire thing out in a couple passes and get, 5,000 or whatever the amount is quicker than you could for doing another field, or a big field with smaller equipment or whatever. We've been doing that in the open server, and you can actually gain a lot of money pretty quick if you do that, especially if you're also using your own equipment. Now in single player, we're not going to be able to do that, because I've heard that if you hire workers, you're just losing out big time if you hire a worker on a contract. If you have your own equipment, you're probably not going to lose as much, but if you're also leasing vehicles, you're just losing money everywhere. Oh man, I think the strat's going to blow up. No, it doesn't have a tachometer. I was looking for a tachometer, because that thing sounds like it's redlining. The flags, man. Them flags get me every single time. Even by the store, you actually get to hear the flapping of the flags. Double dome. And away we go. How's that train? Oh, can we beat it, guys? Oh. That train was coming, and I figured every time I've gotten over them tracks, I haven't gotten caught. But I figured that time right there, I would have gotten caught. But luckily we made it. I don't think we have to cross any tracks again. I think it's got its own little bridge. Yeah. It's got its own little bridge. So we are good for now. And we're pretty much done with this contract. I just need to deliver the last little bit. And I think we'll just go ahead and, rather than turning it in, we'll probably save it just in case, next time I stream, come back to it, see if it's, what other harvesting we have. Because this will make quick work out of them if there's anything left to do. Let's see if there was anything. Because if not, I guess we can turn it in. That's corn. Yeah, see 13, that's a small field if I recall. 13, that's corn. That's cotton. That's sunflower. Man, maybe we should, there's a couple, yeah. So like field 11, 11, 13, and I think there was one other one. Yeah, so there's two other fields. 13, which is a decent sized field, and 11. So these two, yeah, we could use that same combine, and even if we turned it in, we would get the same ones back. We may get different trailers or something on this one, but they're pretty much going to give us the same combine regardless. But then there's a bunch of corn ones, wasn't there? Where we got, go to fruit type. Corn is 8. That one would take a while. I think 8 and 18 are corn, and then there was a sunflower. Yeah, so we'll kind of look at that next. Why are there so many streamers, right? I don't know, Dom. I don't know. But I will be getting off here, so you won't have to worry about trying to split it too much further, because I do need to get off here. Typically I'd go longer, but with my wife being sick, I need to make sure the kids are getting something to eat, getting ready for school tomorrow. But I definitely did want to thank everyone for coming out. You guys were an awesome crowd tonight. Congratulations again to... How do I even say it? I'm horrible with name guys. See, this is why I write things down. It was... Computer's fritzing out. To Deadpool. I wanted to make sure I got it. It was to Deadpool. So, congratulations again to him. But other than that, thank you everyone for all the hosts and the follows. The follows were outstanding tonight. We even had a couple hosts, a sub or two. I mean, it was awesome night. So, again, thank you for everyone for coming out and joining us. At the very least, I will be back here Sunday, but I've been kind of talking to John, and it sounds like there may be plans for a possibility of a multi-stream tomorrow. I don't know. Definitely, if you have not hit that follow, that please do so. That will give me, you'll get the notifications when I do go live. So if we do have a multi-stream tomorrow, that will be where you get notification from. If you'd like, you can also always follow me on Instagram at @the_Mr. You can follow me on Twitter at @the_Mr___. And you can always contact me through email at @the_Mr@yahoo.com. Oh, he said Xbox. Oh, yeah, no, that's not a thing, Dom. He was talking about possibly doing it tomorrow, but if it's on Xbox, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and Calamity Blade, I am just wrapping up. Unfortunately, my wife is sick, so I kind of have to cut tonight's short. So, but I will be back at the very least by Sunday. I may try and stream tomorrow as well. I don't know. Um, there's talks of a multi, but Dom just reminded me it may be on Xbox. Yeah, I think what he was basically talking about, I think, is he's going to try it on Xbox, and if it sucks, then he's going to switch. But I don't know. I haven't played it on. I have not seen it on Xbox, so I think it's just going to be a judgment call on his half. So there may still be a chance for a multi tomorrow. We will just see. But again, thank you everyone for coming out. And let me just do something quick here. See if anyone else is streaming. There is someone
that I want to see if they are still on. But I need to go to the main page. This is taking forever. But I'm definitely going to at least try and throw you into another farm sim. Ooh, yeah, that might be a good one, but he's got plenty. Let's just see. Yeah. Let's throw it up here to Brain Cage. Those of you that have followed or have been following John for a while, this guy has been hosted him a couple times, so let me throw a host to him real quick. Okay, you guys gotta remind me, is it, do I stop and then host, or do I host and then stop? I know there's something with the viewer thing. I don't know. It's a thing. I think we have to stop stream first. But yeah, I definitely need to get off here and go kind of take care of her a little bit, see how she's doing, because she was definitely, my wife was definitely pretty drained. So you see a few friends playing Farm Sim, because that's kind of what I was going for. I'm not forcing you, Dom. I never force anyone. Okay, yeah, we'll throw this host to, and it's Brain Cage, not Brain Freeze. So, yeah, but I will be following one of the other people you're thinking of there, Dom. Again, everyone, thank you for coming out and joining us this evening, and please stand by afterwards for the host. We have seen his stream a couple times. He's also pretty entertaining, so please show him love if you see fit. And until next time, guys, y'all stay safe.